whatever you do, never, and I mean never, buy drugs from an undercover drug dealer dressed up as a clown in the back of an ice cream truck. That's right, we watched Killjoy. We watched it so you don't have to, so you know what time it is.
Horror, so bad it's scary. Splitting up is never okay. Plot, who needs it? Don't turn on the lights. Cars don't ever start, but that's alright. Running upstairs instead of out the door. Good acting, what do we need that for? Horrible horror, so bad it's scary. Enjoy the show, but not really.
Greetings, Moon Goons! Welcome to Horrible Horror, the podcast where we watch the worst of the worst in horror movies. Horror movies so bad they're scary. I'm your host, Marsh Rampton. With me today, my co-host, my buddy, Mr. Aaron Southworth. Aaron, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine like wine.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. And we're here today to celebrate Black filmmakers, Black History Month,
Yeah,
the month of February.
February is kicked off. So.
Last year we did like a whole month Black History Month, except for one episode, which is Valentine's Day. So we don't want to just completely tear from the cookie jar. So we're just going to, give a shout out to Black History Month for this one for this week.
Yeah, because I kind of agree with you on the idea that because they're out there, but they are getting harder to find, like an all black or black directors, black cast,
right?
Kind of celebration. And the ones that are out there, they're very hard to find streaming or something without having to dig deep. So yeah, we kind of burned through a lot of them last year. But with that said, we do have a wonderful urban horror movie for you this week. Before we get into that, let's like I said, we are announcing we are kicking off our 2017 based on 2016, I guess. Results.
Pew, pew, pew.
March Horrible Horror March Movie Massacre Madness, whatever you want to call it. Our
Horrible Horror March Movie Massacre Madness, whatever you want to call it. That's the official title.
That's the official title. Try fitting that on on your screen. Yes, we will be crowning this year's champion for the worst of movies we've done the last year, dating back to episode, I think, 44, which was week 1, Holla of last week.
Black History Month, yeah.
So we will be doing these in bracket form with doing different a group of movies each week till we get down to the nitty gritty. With that said, our first brackets for those interested, that first one to keep an eye for to start getting the voting going and get the ball rolling, we have round 1. And I should say these were completely random polls. There was
no seating.
No seating. I just randomly pulled names out of a hat, and here's after we eliminated which ones would make the cut, which ones we thought were just actually too good to, not to mention, shouldn't be in this. So in round 1, bracket 1, we have Bloody Bible Camp going up against Humanoids from the Deep.
Ooh.
Then we have Tourist Trap taking on Camp Dread, followed up by Jersey Shore Massacre taking on Street Trash, and finally we have, in a coincidence, we have episode 49 taking on 48 taking on 49. We have Jason Goes to Hell taking on Ginger Dead Man.
Okay.
To round up our first 4 brackets, and we'll move on from those next 4 after this first round is done. So keep an eye out for that. Now, with that said, you can also follow that bracket on our Facebook and Instagram. We'll be keeping those updated there. You can vote for them on Facebook, on Instagram. You can tweet, email any votes on in, and we will update that as necessary. Speaking of which, follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff.
And our website.
horriblehorrorpodcast.com. It's all there. Enjoy. All right, moving on to this week's movie. This week's movie, celebrating Black History Month, is Killjoy, a urban... Well done.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Is,
I've been working on that.
Good on you, man.
All right.
Good on you. This little ditty was released, no surprise, straight to video on October 24th of 2000.
Oh, went straight to video, did it?
Yeah.
You don't say, huh?
Don't say it. Surprisingly, this was not a big theatrical nationwide release.
Who'd have thunk?
Yeah. It was written by Carl Washington and directed by Craig Ross Jr. Luckily, this thing is another short movie. It's only about an hour and 10 minutes long. Thank God. You can find it on Amazon. I think you might be able to find it on YouTube too. YouTube as well, but I'm not sure.
I
if they're
tried
full movie there or
doing
not.
the YouTube bit, and they were doing that like, check out this site because it says full movie, and you're
Yeah,
like, oh, all
and
right.
they redirect you to like,
And it's like, go somewhere else, asshole.
yeah, the clickbait,
It's like,
sign up,
damn it.
spam, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess Amazon's your best bet. The cast, we are not going to talk really about anybody except for two people worth mentioning, and that's even barely. Michael in the movie is played by Kareem Grimes. He has 68 credits to his name. Some of the bigger movies he's worked on is, and coincidentally enough, he was the ice cream truck kid in Boys in the Hood.
Oh.
He was also in Baby Boy, which starred Tyrese Gibson and Snoop Dogg, where he played Do Dirty, was his character's name. He was also in the Jake Gyllenhaal Marine movie Jarhead, and he starred, or not, I just say starred, but he was in the movie Legendary, which starred John Cena and Danny Glover. So that's Kareem Grimes.
Kareem Grimes, funny fact also, cousin of Rick Grimes.
Oh! Long lost cousins.
They're from the South. You know, it's kind of like that broken branch of the tree that no one wants to talk about. But
like was the Alexander Hamilton?
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas
Jefferson got down to jungle fever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the other person to mention is crazy name, Napira Groves, Napiera. I'm
Sounds
saying
right to me.
Napira. She plays Kahara. Her character doesn't even get her name. I have to guess which character she is because the name is never said at all in this movie. But she has a very small part, but yeah, she has like the biggest resume of everybody in the movie.
Is it the lady who sings at the end?
No. Nope.
Okay, is it the lady that walks in with the dude?
No. She actually has a few lines, but it's a pretty small part. It's not like a big part at the end.
I can't fucking think of.
I'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
She's got 21 credits. She was in Don King's Only in America. She was in 66 episodes of As the World Turns, and she also did an episode of How I Met Your Mother, 30 Rock, and The Following, which I thought was an excellent series, by the way. The Following, I loved it, with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Serial killer. Kevin Bacon. No, Kevin Bacon.
Dude, Melissa and I started watching that as kind of a goof because we didn't know what, like, I've heard people saying kind of good things about it. I was like, okay, we'll watch it. And the whole time we're just like, oh man, what's going on? Bacon. All we could say was bacon. It's like, we just couldn't stop watching. It really wasn't that good.
I enjoyed the first season. I really enjoyed. Then like a lot of these really good. They start kind of tailing off.
But we just kept trying to find like clever ways to say bacon. Like he'd come in and be like, "What's that smell?" And she'd go, "Bacon." You know? I'm like, "Damn, that's good." But it was just we just tried to find fun ways to incorporate bacon.
That's fun.
It was a good time.
That's cool.
But yeah, I watched all of them. So so obviously I started as a goof, but it hooked me.
Yeah, all 3 seasons. All right, so let's jump into Killjoy. Now, the movie opens very traditionally, just straight up credits right off the bat into the movie, and
long fucking credits in the beginning too.
Yeah, they took.
It's like they really wanted you to know who worked on the movie.
Yes,
it was like 3 minutes of opening credits.
It was like it's like they went back in time to like the old like 40s and 50s movies where they put the entire credits in the front of the movie instead of the end.
Like the Warner Brothers Dracula, you know, like when it's in 1940, it's like
the sound guy is here, and
right?
The craft services guy is credited in the opening credits, and the gaffer and the best boy. So all right, the movie opens with 2 girls, Jada and Monique. They're talking as shots of Michael, the quote-unquote nerdy black guy who's walking down the street. They're just spliced in between them.
You know what makes him a nerd?
He wears glasses.
And he has a backpack. He studies.
Yeah, he has a backpack and he wears glasses. Nerd! So Michael approaches girls. Monique is like, wants nothing to do with him. She's like, get away.
Monique sees him coming and is just like, oh, shit.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck
And I was like, is this guy like a secret creep? Is he a secret badass? Because she seems like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, she's like,
she's really
straight on.
A little overacting there.
Yeah. But Jade is a little nicer to him, but still warns him that if Lorenzo catches Michael even talking to Jada, he's going home in a body bag. Straight up.
Whoa.
That's awfully strong to kick the movie off.
You know, I'd just kind of be like, wow. Okay, then.
Bye.
Monique, what are you doing? Shit.
So, but Michael doesn't let that deter him at all because he straight up goes, hey, Jada, you want to go to the homecoming dance with me?
Yeah, he's just like, no, I'm willing to put my life on the line to take you to a homecoming dance.
And she's like, nope, I can't. And then that's when Lorenzo and his posse just roll up in their sweet old convertible.
It's like a total gangster car, low rider, convertible.
The only thing missing is the hydraulics on this thing.
Right, that's the only thing that's missing.
It doesn't bounce. So Lorenzo and his boy T-Bone just beat the shit out of Michael.
Dude,
well,
T-Bone.
I know, how cliche is that? Speaking of T-Bone, I hear them like, where's his brother sirloin and ribeye at? I don't know.
Oh. Well, you know who is actually T-Dog from Walking Dead, huh?
Yeah, but that's not T-Bone. That's T-Dog.
That's true. Maybe they're
cousins.
I'm just gonna keep calling everyone cousin because they say cuz
all the time. Yeah.
in this whole fucking time. This
cuz. So anyway, Jada pleads with Lorenzo to have him stop the ass kicking. But he basically
T-Bone stomps the shit out of him.
He orders his boys to basically kidnap the girls. He's like,
yeah.
Monique, he tells his baby boy to get Monique. They throw Monique in the car, and then T-Bone throws Monique in the car, and the baby boy gets Jade and throws her in the car.
And he goes, Monique, get in the car. Get that, and he points at Jade and goes, get that piece of ass in the car. Like, damn, man, you just called your girl your piece of ass.
And throw her in the back seat, and they just drive off.
He's like, if you ever talk to my girl again, he's basically saying, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
And then he smashes Michael's glasses.
Yeah, last ditch ever dick move, just smashes the glasses.
Cherry on top. You just got stomped in front of the girl you're trying to pick up by a guy named T-Bone.
T-Bone.
And they steal the girl, and just to kind of, fuck you, smash your glasses.
Yeah. And now after they drop, there's this odd shot, camera shot of it makes no sense, but of Michael turning back, walking away, but he turns to look back over his shoulder and he makes eye contact
with a homeless guy
who just sat there and watched the whole beatdown
happen. This homeless guy and Michael lock eyes, and it's kind of this moment where he's like they have a connection.
Yeah.
And Michael's, I don't know what it is. It's just
so weird. It's what? Why? He giving the homeless guy the dead stare, fuck you, man, you could help me out. What's homeless guy supposed to do?
No shit. Yeah, and the homeless guy's kind of sorry, pal. You heard her. You go home with a body bag.
You were born, dude. Fair warning.
You're lucky.
It's on you. So now we cut to Michael in his bedroom, which is bare. There's nothing. It's just walls and
hardwood
a floor.
floor.
Hardwood floors and walls and a window. That's it. And he's sitting in a ring of candles, or a ring of fire, if you will. And in front of him on the floor is a knife and this crazy, ugly clown doll. And he recites the words to some spell, which he says, Jada shall be mine now and forevermore. No could come between us, not even Lorenzo. By the power invested in me, I bring forth Killjoy. Come alive, Killjoy, come alive.
By the power
come alive, Killjoy, come alive. And he's not getting any results from this, so he's surprisingly. So he lifts the doll over his head like baby Simba, and he continues to chant, "Come alive, come alive." And before I go on, we have to talk about this spell because first of all, by saying no one can come between us, not even Lorenzo, makes it sound like just a whiny little bitch.
Yes,
no one can come between us, not even Lorenzo. That's kind of the end it gives. And then plus the grammar is all wrong. It sounds past tense, so it shouldn't be no one shall come between us or no one will come between us, not no one would come between us or some whatever you said. It could come. The grammar's off. It's not right. And Aaron's giving me what the fuck?
That's your gripe?
One of my gripes.
Oh, boy.
The second my gripe is...
If you're going to be, picking the grammar apart of a black horror movie...
Yeah, okay, you're right.
We're going to be here all night, okay? We're going to be here all fucking night.
All right, I think that's my only grammar note, but all right.
All right.
But my other one I want to say is, he says by the power invested in him, what power is invested in him? I mean, he's not a priest or a judge, so it's not like he's marrying people. And where did he get said power? And if he had this power, why didn't he use his power to stop his ass from getting kicked earlier?
He's a 4th level grandmaster in D&D.
Yeah, I don't understand this. There's no build to him being into magic or voodoo or anything.
And he's a total nerd.
Yeah,
right. And that's the way they portray him. It's the total nerd. There's nothing dark or mysterious or weird about him. Because people who do the black arts are probably usually a little more weird, bizarre, mysterious.
The gothies or
right.
Whatever. Yeah, he's just a nerdy guy who just suddenly is like doing black. Like, what the fuck? There's no build up or no explanation. And speaking of like no explanation, he also says, "I bring forth Killjoy." Like, the audience at this point should know who the fuck Killjoy is.
There's no reference to the Killjoy.
No, there's no backstory.
Nothing.
No info on Killjoy up at all to this point.
He's just apparently calling this clown doll Killjoy.
And this is the first movie in this series, and where you need explanation to who he is. Like, why would Why would somebody want to summon Killjoy? Why would they want to summon him? Who is he? And how do these people know who Killjoy is in the first place? Like, okay, look back at Candyman, like the whole story, like Candyman,
Mm-hmm.
like they kind of explained to you leading up, like
Candyman was great.
This guy,
yeah.
and this is how he became to be.
They broke it down perfectly.
Or like Freddy Krueger, Freddy was the guy who kept a dream. There's just Killjoy. We're supposed to know who he is right off the bat, but you don't. It's really sloppy writing and really piss poor execution.
Oh yeah, the writing. It's Jesus.
I tried to keep a fuck counter going, and I could not keep up with all the different uses of the word fuck throughout this movie. It's insane. Anyway, so Baby Boy now starts shouting out for Michael to come outside. He's outside, like, shouting out through the window. And, of course, Michael's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, hey, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry that happened. Now, the only thing is that Baby Boy didn't do any of the beating himself. So that's the only reason I think he might have been like, he's like, that was fucked up, man. Come on down. Let's talk about it. I know how you feel about Jada. She feels the same way, too. Come down, man. So that's kind of like the hook. He's like, oh, okay.
That's still, anyway,
yeah,
so
no
Michael
shit, that's stupid.
Yeah, he's fucking a moron. So he leaves it down the stair in this circle of candles, which he leaves lit, which I have a big problem with that later. The candles are still lit. So as soon as Michael steps outside, Baby Boy just grabs him, throws him, it kidnaps him too, throws him in the back of Lorenzo's car, and they drive off with him. So again, like, how stupid is Michael to fall for this? I mean, goddamn, anybody could see that trap coming a mile away. I mean, it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's like giant neon lights with an arrow point. Trap.
You fucked.
You fucked. So Lorenzo and his posse drive Michael like far out into the woods. You see T-Bone hand Lorenzo a gun, and at this point he's like, give that sucker what he asked for. You think, T-Bone wants them to shoot them. Well, Baby Boy just wants hey, we're just gonna fuck with them. We're not gonna do anything. Let's just leave it at that. Lorenzo orders Michael to get down the ground, and he holds the gun like right at his head, like execution style. But now T-Bone suddenly has changed, like, dude.
T-Bone's like, whoa.
Even though like 2 seconds, like, bust this guy. It's like,
because I think T-Bone was trying to push a little far, but then T-Bone's like, yeah, we were supposed to just fuck with him. He's fucking scared. Yeah. I'm getting scared. Stop it.
So So he and Baby Boy try to convince Lorenzo to, otherwise just to stop this, and we're just gonna punk him. You're taking it too far. Let him go. Lorenzo's like, fuck that. Pulls the trigger, but click.
Everyone's like, whoa!
Now
actually, we did better acting right there. Because I go, oh, damn, son. You were just playing us.
Yeah, and Lorenzo's like, get your punk ass up, you dumbass. I'm just punking you, you moron. But then Lorenzo cocks the gun again, which you shouldn't have to cock the gun again. You've already pulled the trigger. You don't have to cock it again. Because one, it's a revolver, not a handgun. You don't have to cock that. You just pull it. Anyway, his boys say,
I'm sitting here looking at Marshall again like, motherfucker.
The boys say enough is enough. Lorenzo's like, calm down. The shit isn't even loaded. Pulls the trigger, and bang! This time, Michael gets shot in the chest, falls down, dead.
I do kind of like Michael's death here, because he's just kind of standing there stunned, holding his chest, and he goes, what's happening? What's happening? It's kind of like, it was decent. It wasn't horrible acting at this point.
Well, Michael is the one person in this movie had like 6-8 credits and did do other things.
Yeah, but it's like he's kind of had that stunned kind of look on his face, like, what the fuck just happened? He just got shot right dead center, and then he just falls down dead. So, I mean, it was probably the best acting in the whole movie, that part.
God, I hate to admit it, but you're probably
right.
You might be right on that. So once he's dead, the posse argue for a bit, like what we're gonna do, and then they just get in the car and drive away.
Like, yeah,
we don't give a shit about covering up our tracks.
He's just like, what, man? You shot him. You knew he had bullets. I didn't know. It was an accident. Okay,
all right, let's go for some froyo or something.
Froyo. Oh.
So the next day we join Jada as she shows up at Jamal's house for like a study
It
session.
says 1 year later.
Is it really a
Yeah.
later?
It says 1 year later.
I thought, okay, I missed it. I thought it was like the next day. I thought it was the very next day.
No, it said 1 year later.
Okay, so, that will explain a lot of things. I have an argument coming up that might be made mute from that.
I can't believe you didn't notice that.
I was probably right. I just thought it was the very next day.
No.
And so, again, just like Michael, Jamal is wanting to get all up in those Jada guts. Like, he's just all up on her. So
she comes over to his house and it's like, oh, let's study. And yeah, he's just staring at her like.
Stares at her so creepy. Like, he's like, I'm just going to stare at you.
It's not even like fuck me eyes or anything
No,
like that.
it's
It's just like.
I'm just staring at you.
I think Jamal's a little dead inside.
Well, I guess living the ghetto will do that. It just kills your soul. I don't know.
Well, he's the most ghetto resident then.
Well, next to Michael, yeah, he really is. Yeah,
he's got. I hate to say this, but compared to the other actors and the other characters in the movie, you know, the gangbangers, the gang members,
yeah,
he has very little Ebonic speak or Black English vernacular speak. It's very, you know.
Yeah, he's probably he's
very quote unquote white sounding.
Yeah, out of everybody, he probably I would agree with that. So he starts showing like how beautiful she is and that her eyes sparkle, and then when she smiles, it's like sun shining down on him. They kiss, but she stops it. And as they talk about it, Jada and Lorenzo are exes, and they broke up a year ago, but that she still has feelings for him, and that he took her virginity. But then they kiss again. They start making out.
Yeah, it's like, girl, this was a year ago. It was the last time you guys were fucking. Now you're getting over this.
This is where
Damn.
I originally was at an argument like, okay, I thought they were exes in the beginning of things. I thought this was the next day, not a year later.
No, it was a year later.
So I was like, okay, so
that argument's all gone.
Yeah, it's like it made no sense. So we cut to Lorenzo and his crew. They're smoking weed, drinking 40s, and freestyle rapping. You can't get more black than that. Cliche.
You can't get any more black cliche than that.
Yeah. Rapping some old, like, busted out abandoned building. Meanwhile, Jade and Jamal are making the beast with two backs. They're just going at it.
Nice reference.
Right after Lorenzo, he gets up, he leaves his boys. We go back to him. So,
well, he's like, the way it kind of made sound was, it's like, man, you gonna hook up with that girl tonight? He goes, yeah, what do you think? And they showed Jada, you know, they cut to her getting busy with Jamal.
Yeah.
And then it cuts back to Lorenzo, and I'm just like, oh, shit, is he still seeing Jada? That's kind of the impression I got.
No, you got?
Kind of.
Okay.
Obviously didn't happen, but.
Yeah. Excuse me. So, either way, Lorenzo leaves, and then Baby Boy, who, by the way, I forget, is like either the token white guy in this movie or a very light-skinned Latino.
I think he's a light-skinned Latino.
I can't think so, too. But anyway, him and T-Bone hear an ice cream truck outside, so they quickly rush off to go get some.
Man, I got the munchies.
Because ice cream is gangsta.
Ain't nothing gangsta like ice cream, motherfucker.
Need a rocket pop.
Gonna get me a dilly ball. Yes.
So they approach the ice cream truck, and they see that the man inside is dressed up like a clown and has this crazy fucking afro. Now, the clown tells him that he is I shit you not, the clown says, I am an undercover weed drug dealer, and that he came to deliver them some drugs, basically for free. He's like, I just showed up to deliver you drugs. Here.
Yeah.
And T-Bone's like, all right, cuz, let's do business. Let's do business. And so, all right, the clown, let's do it. So he and Baby Boy enter the back of the ice cream truck, and as soon as they get inside, Killjoy says, welcome to my domain, and the two of them are just instantly teleported to an old abandoned warehouse. Now, the special effects here are used, they look like a scene break from like that 70s show. It's like spinning like tie-dye or something like that. I expect like Topher Grace or like Laura Prepon like jumping up in the air going, wee!
That'd be awesome.
That would have been awesome. So,
especially if it was Donna. Donna.
That was Laura Prepon. That was Donna. Anyway, so Killjoy then manifests himself in front of them with his back turned to the two, and then and he's like popping and locking. Like,
yeah, he's
like,
doing some like sweet breakdancing moves.
but then he just vanishes again, just poof, gone.
Yeah, so he comes in, does an awesome dance, and then poof, gone again.
And T-Bone decides that they're through playing games and they're gonna split up to find the clown. And just like Sam Adams' beer, that's always a good decision.
You should have gone with Dave Chappelle version with Samuel Jackson beer. Bitch. It'll get you drunk. You'll be fucking fat girls in no time.
Oh, don't get me wrong. That is a priceless piece of comedy from back then. But the good decision and splitting up is damn wrong. But yeah. So Baby Boy finds Killjoy lying on the floor and he's like a white bedsheet, looking like he's either dead or asleep. While at the same time, T-Bone, who was in a completely other room.
Yeah, they separated. There's 2 rooms. That
Yeah,
going
they went 2 different ways, 2 different directions. Is startled when Killjoy's body drops down from the ceiling, hanging from the end of a noose. So now Baby Boy gets grabbed around the neck by his Killjoy, while the other one opens his eyes, looks at T-Bone, and says, "How's it hanging?" And holy shit, is that funny? You know, because Killjoy is actually hanging when he says, "How's it hanging?" And Jesus Christ, that's just so fucking funny.
Hinting a little bit of sarcasm coming from you.
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
So, also, by the way, what the fuck's going on here? Like, why are there Kill Two Joys now?
Kill
like,
2 joys?
Kill 2 Killjoys, Kill 2, whatever. Have there always been 2? Like, I'm so confused. Like, are they clones? Or is it like Jamie Maddox, the multiple man, just popping off other versions of himself? I don't know.
Sweet X Factor reference there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people can pick up on Jamie
Maddox?
Jamie
Yeah.
Maddox. Even remembered his name, motherfuckers.
Yeah, multiple man, motherfucker.
So anyway, nothing fucking happens. Nothing. Baby Boy just runs away, and T-Bone just walks past the hanging Killjoy. He's like,
Fuck this.
Just walks right by him. So now T-Bone's wandering around the warehouse, calling out for Baby Boy. We cut to Baby Boy in some other part of the place. This, I don't know, it's a big open, and then suddenly he's cast in bright lights as the headlights of the ice cream truck turn on, bathe him in light. And then Killjoy's behind the wheel. He races towards Baby Boy and kills him by smashing him with the truck like up against the brick wall. He's dead.
And visually, it's so anticlimactic.
It's so anticlimactic.
It's quite literally, they just zoom in on the truck never moves. They show the truck. They show him like steering the wheel around, and instead of the truck moving forward, they just zoom in real tight. And then they zoom in, they cut over to Baby Boy, zoom in on him as he goes, against the brick wall. It's dog shit. It's horrible.
It is awful. Like, I think the car, I forget who it was, but somebody in Ginger Dead Man gets hit by a car. That effect was better than this
yes,
one. And
it
that
was
a shit movie, too. Meanwhile, T-Bone finds a giant lit blunt perfectly balanced in one of like the openings of like an iron fence or a gate.
Yeah, it's like a fence. It's like not quite a chain link fence, but like you know,
like it looks like it, but it's made like iron. It's like that retractable and open and close. So he smokes it, of course.
Of course, he's like, oh, it's good shit.
Yeah, because you know you always just find perfectly giant lit blunts lying around. And then Killjoy pops up on the other side of the fence. They exchange some classy and elegant words, ending with Killjoy saying, "Shut the fuck up before I smoke your ass." That's when we start to hear a burning, hissing sound, and T-Bone begins to scream, twitch, shake. T-Bone falls to the floor and basically burns away to nothingness.
Yeah, it's like computer graphics. His hands catch on fire, and his arms all burn up. His body burns up in a big, like in a flame, in a computer graphics extravaganza from 2000.
Yeah. Oh, and for another bit of wonderful filmmaking, bad editing, or just the oversight. For some reason, long after T-Bone's dead, like long after his body is off the screen, you still hear him screaming. Even though there's nothing but air on the screen. It's just an empty screen.
Oh, there's more of that later.
So we fade to black. Fade back to the old building that the crew was hanging out in originally, where Lorenzo was, and the camera pans over to show the burnt dead body of T-Bone, and like the bloody and bruised body of Baby Boy sitting in the chairs they were in before they left for the ice cream truck.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
Yeah, I guess it's like, okay, obviously, again, it's like this is a whole lot of, like, Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street shit going on. It's like dream world, different realms going on.
Yeah,
but it's really shitty way of explaining it or linking them together. It's off. It's really bad. So we go back to Lorenzo, who's fucking some girl. Titties are seen. This is the girl.
Yeah, that's the only other one.
Napira or whatever her name is. Titties are seen. After they get done boning, she asks him where he sees himself in 5 years. And bitch, Lorenzo ain't got time for plans. He don't plan ahead. He gets pissed off at her.
He don't give a fuck about the future.
No.
Oh my god. Yeah, they get done boning. And then it's like, yeah, baby. Yeah. Hey, I got a question. What's up, baby? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And this just sets him off.
Yeah, he's like,
he can't take this question.
Like, I ain't got time for the future. I'm just trying to get through the day because I'm gangsta.
Shit. Oh.
So eventually, she goes to take a shower. Lorenzo heads out to the living room to watch TV.
Oh, you forget the classic line as she gets up to take a shower. He's like, why are you going to go take a shower? Come back to bed. Because I don't want to take a shower. He's like, fine. Go on. Your pussy stank anyway.
Yep.
Boom.
Boom. Forget about that one.
I didn't because I giggled like an idiot. I was like,
stinky pussy. So after a moment, he sits down watching. He starts hearing a noise. So he pulls a gun out from underneath a throw pillow.
Yeah.
I guess he's got guns lying all around the house.
He just walks in. He just got done doing his thing. He just got, sweatpants on.
Watch some Jay Leno now or something like that.
Wife beater, and he just sits down on the couch, turns on TV, hears a noise. Oh, let me get my trusty pillow gun.
Yeah, pillow gun.
Puts up the pillow and has a gun there. Why not?
Yep. So now he follows the noise that leads him outside the apartment. And in the hallway, he sees the shadow of someone with a giant fucking fro scurry away and giant clown shoe prints on the floor. So Lorenzo follows me, ends up outside where he finds the ice cream truck that is emitting red light from inside. So, of course, because that's not ominous or anything like that.
It's not fucking scary or weird.
Yeah, creepy. He goes right over to it, opens up the back, and as soon as he opens the back doors, he's grabbed and yanked inside by Killjoy, where again, he's instantly teleported to the old warehouse.
And I want to see this. I'm just like, oh, fuck, it's going to be one of those kind of movies. They only have, like, so many locations.
Yeah.
It's just like...
It's basically 3 locations. It's like a street, a warehouse, and a room.
Yeah, perfect. And I was just like, motherfucker. Because it's the exact same spot, the exact same angle, everything's
it's
exactly
the
the
full
same.
Warehouse. You have like the back room of this warehouse. It's the same rooms, same doors used over and over again. So he hears Killjoy laughing off in the distance. So he starts to wander off in search of Killjoy. Meanwhile, his boo is still in the shower. More titties are seen.
They just keep showing her showering, which I'm not complaining.
I'm fine with this. She's got a nice body, nice tits. So back at the warehouse, Killjoy reveals himself to Lorenzo, and for the first time, we finally see Killjoy in all his glory, like his full face, full body. And all right, that's just for a side commentary here. We're 32 minutes into this movie, and this is where I'm just sick. At this point, I am sick of the word fuck. Yeah. Because seriously, it's used nearly every single line of dialogue in some form, one way or the other, and sometimes multiple times per line. It's just fuck nonstop. And honestly, we curse a lot here too, but god damn, it was so...
My word! Such language, Marshall. I must say, I too feel a fever coming on. I'm just getting so riled up.
I need my fanning fan. I guess a fan. I don't know.
A fanning fan?
A fanning fan. Fuck it. I don't know. Anyway, Lorenzo demands to know who Killjoy is, but instead of answering him, Killjoy says, "Why don't you ask your homeboys?" I swear to God, this is like the last time I've heard. When was the last time you heard homeboys used? I mean, 2000 kind of dates it, but I mean, I haven't heard anybody use the word homeboys in a long time.
I say homeboy sometimes.
Do you really?
In joke, in reference,
Well, this wasn't a joke, but all right. Anyway, so out comes a bloody and bruised baby boy and a burnt to a crisp T-bone. So I don't know if they're zombies or what the fuck they are now.
But they're like, man, you see what he did to us?
Yeah, like,
you see what he did to us?
You gotta kill that clown. Kill him. And so baby boy and T-bone, then they vanish again. And I guess because Killjoy made them vanish, I really don't know at this point, nor do I care. They just disappear.
They're gonna do whatever they want to do.
And again, this is where I really start to at this point, I think Killjoy's part like Freddy Krueger, and this like this warehouse is his dream
His
realm.
dimension,
Yeah, like
his
dream
realm, yeah.
where he has power or something. So anyway, Lorenzo has had enough of this. He pulls out his 6-shooter, and
Mind you,
6-shooter starts shooting Killjoy. Now Killjoy just stands there and takes it, and he even starts like moving and rubbing himself like he's getting off on being shot. Like he starts like rubbing his nips and like going, oh yeah, and like being all.
And how many times did he get shot?
But
with
yet,
a single
and keep in mind,
gun.
there are no bullet holes or wounds shown in him at all. No blood, and oh yeah, as you were saying, he was shot 21 times from his 6-shooter.
Yeah.
No reloading, 21 times.
You counted it too?
from
yeah.
revolver.
Because that was retarded.
Retarded. Like, it just, are you fucking shitting me? Like, really? Come on. Anyway, Killjoy then tells Lorenzo that he is his worst nightmare, and he starts to inhale like a bunch, like over. He's like inhaling, and he starts making these really weird faces. And that's when he fires all the bullets that Lorenzo just shot at him back at Lorenzo from his mouth. He basically
coming out of his mouth.
He turns his mouth into like a Tommy gun and just.
To which Lorenzo is thrown against the wall.
Yeah, the force of the bullets slams
you see these crappy little effects of blood going. It's like all computerized.
It's the worst CG blood spot I've ever seen. I mean, this shit is baby's first CGI.
Yeah.
This is the type of bad CGI I expected to see in Zombies. If you remember that,
Zombies blows this away because I feel for the actor because it's like they just said now act like you got shot with a Tommy gun and wiggle around on the wall. So
yeah,
because he's like,
yeah, like oh don't worry, we'll put it in post and like. Motherfucker, that's what I did. That's what you came up with.
That's what you came up with.
Like a bunch
is
of,
these
red
tiny little dots? It's like dots.
Yeah,
and they disappear.
Yeah, they don't stay. The shit doesn't stay
It's kind of like
red.
a little explosion. It's like it kind of like looks like it pops, like the red dot pops, and
like
then it goes away.
Yeah, it's like a red raindrop would hit or something like that. And
right,
it
very good. Yeah,
his wife beard doesn't get stained red; it just disappears. So now Killjoy suddenly sounds like Kevin Hart here for some reason. He says. No, that is how you now. No, he says now that's how you bust a cat, motherfucker. Like, I don't know. I don't know if you know Kevin Hart very well, but he sounded very much like Kevin Hart.
I know Kevin Hart, but I can't. Were you trying to do Kevin Hart?
I yes and no. Like I was probably like,
you probably shouldn't try to do.
I
love it.
Part of me was like, don't attempt it. But then I was already like halfway into it. I was like, why are you doing this? Stop it. And just got to get all jumbled up. Because like, you can't pull this off. Just stop. And then it became some weird southern bullshit hybrid. I don't know what it was.
If we have any black listeners, I'm sorry.
We're sorry. We're so sorry. But he sounded like Kevin Hart to me when he said that. All right, so now, okay, so we're 35 minutes in the movie, and basically the 3 main characters are all dead.
Yeah, and that's
Like,
what I was
what?
like. I was like, well, there goes your antagonist.
Yeah,
and
like everybody's dead. Like
scene.
All right, yeah. Roll credits.
What else we got?
Yeah, that's what. Now what happened?
Yeah.
So, we cut back to the girl getting out of the shower. She turns off the TV, goes back to the bedroom where she finds a blood trail, which makes 0 sense here. Why there'd be a blood trail? So she follows it out the apartment and into the hall, and again outside to the ice cream truck.
She's got to go a long way to follow this blood trail.
That's a lot of blood coming from basically no one, or which really it's supposed to be Lorenzo, but it makes no sense because I don't know why. She sees the blood leaking out from the rear doors of the truck. She opens them to find Lorenzo's dead body.
Finally got some bullet holes.
Finally put some bullet holes on him.
Like practical makeup now.
Yeah. Killjoy pops up next to her. She screams, runs away. She's never seen again.
Yeah, he pops up and she runs, stops in front of the camera, goes, ah!
And she's like shaking her hands back and forth, and she runs off again.
Runs off to like audio track of classic screaming.
Yeah,
like it's not the Wilhelm scream, but screams you recognize that you've heard over and over again.
Public domain scream.
Right, it's exactly what it was.
Yep. So. Now we go back to Monique, who's asleep in her bed, and she's startled awake by the homeless man who has broken into her house and grabs her around the mouth. Is like, shh. What? The homeless guy breaks into her house to wake her up in the middle of the night.
The homeless guy, a year ago, to have me, I don't know, taking a shit in the alley next to Monique and Jada as Michael got stomped. He doesn't even see those girls. He just sees them, I guess, get taken away.
You're right.
Year later, he decides, it's time to go wake that woman up.
We gotta wake her up.
Oh, fuck.
So now we cut to Jada and Jamal. They're sleeping in, I think it's his bed. Her beeper goes off. Yes, right, a beeper.
Beeper. I was like, when I saw the beeper, I was like, fuck
yeah. So they basically go find Monique, and they find her standing in the middle of her living, like a room, holding hands with the homeless guy. Both of them standing there like in a trance
with their eyes closed, like in a trance.
Monique opens her eyes and in an almost robotic voice tells Jada to listen to this man, that it's very important. And the homeless man tells Jamal and Jada to hold hands. So they're like, all right, whatever. This isn't weird. Sure, let's join in.
Now, young man, it's like, now hold hands. Young man, take my hand. And he goes, now! And he's like, okay. Like, what the
fuck are you doing here? Who is this guy? Why are you here? Why does
it smell like shit in here so bad? Oh, it's the homeless guy.
So now the four of them are standing around in a circle holding hands, and he tells them to close their eyes. And now we get like a 5-minute flashback about Michael and basically a retelling of the whole movie up to this point.
It's only been a half hour long.
Yeah, it's so useless, pointless, and retarded. It's a waste of time. There's no business being at this point in the movie. The whole scene is basically like an opening to a sequel to give a recap of the events of the first movie to catch the audience up in case they missed the first one. You don't need a retelling of the entire first movie 30 minutes into the movie. This is asinine. It's fucking awful.
Pretty crazy.
So the homeless guy tells him that they're all in danger from Killjoy. How he knows this, who fucking knows? Jada especially is in danger, and that only love can kill the evil in the heart.
So, and he even stresses to kill Killjoy. Because he's like, Killjoy's out. He's killed the gangsters.
Yeah,
and now he's coming for you. Everyone in this room is in danger. The only way to kill him is to kill to kill Michael's heart, to break his heart, and to destroy the doll.
Yeah.
So,
and
two things.
Again, we have how the hell does the homeless guy know this? We should have had a flashback of him, like why does he know this?
What's
the old
dude?
Sage? Why did he become homeless?
Yeah.
Did Killjoy kill his family or something? What happened? Why does he know all this knowledge? Like, it makes no sense.
Well, they forget to ask him because he goes, all right, my time to leave, and then just fucking disappears.
He's like, all right, I'll leave it in your hands, and then he fades away from existence.
Just like turns into sand and floats away.
What is happening in this movie?
Which they all just kind of go, huh. Like, their reactions is so ridiculous because they're just like, wow.
Well, all right, I guess it's on us now.
I guess we got to go on this adventure, everybody.
I'd be like, all right, I'm going back to bed. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm out of here.
This. God damn it. Monique, don't let a homeless guy in your house anymore, okay?
I think the Froyo stand's still open. Let's go. So the three of them go outside and they find just coincidence. There's the ice cream truck.
As soon as they go outside, there's the ice cream truck.
Jada
has a moment of brilliance.
She's like, I want to go home. I don't want to do this.
Like, screw this. I want to go home. And I'm like,
yes.
Movie's over.
Yeah. Just walk away.
Done.
But Monique convinces her to stay and fight Killjoy.
We have to see this to the end. Mind you, they have never seen Killjoy. They don't know anything about
And all
Killjoy.
they've done, all we know is that Killjoy has killed 3 criminal gangsters. So it sounds like he's doing people a public service. Right. Why go after the guy? Just let him be.
He's basically killed 3 killers.
Yeah. He killed 3 killers. And but they may have to be gang members and drug whatever. But it's
they killed Michael.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, one technically pulled the trigger, but they're all accomplices. They're all like guilty of this.
Yeah.
So, and who knows what else they've done?
Yeah.
Regardless, they deal drugs. They even kind of mentioned, that they deal drugs. And they kill people.
Yeah.
So, not good people.
So, yeah, just why go after Killjoy? First, just let him go.
We gotta stop this guy from cleaning up the streets.
Yeah. We want our ghetto fire.
Our streets.
We want crime.
May not be good, but it's ours. Stay out of it.
So, anyway, I don't even know. Monique tells Jay that if Killjoy was able to kill Lorenzo and his gang, What do you think will happen next? And again, this is going to be the shittiest argument of all time. To say, yeah, if a hardened gangbangers couldn't kill this thing, then us two girls and fucking Ram Jamal will surely be able to take him out with ease. Oh, and by the way, I don't think you can call Lorenzo, Baby Boy, and T-Bone a gang, because I think you need more than three people to make a gang. I mean, right now, they're a company at best.
Clever.
You like that one?
I like that one. I like that.
For those who didn't get that joke or reference, that's a Three's Company joke.
John Ritter,
rest in peace.
Fucking awesome.
Yep.
Never seen a guy so coked up but can still act so well.
So Jamal says no matter what, that the three of them will have to stick together. So the three of them then enter the ice cream truck and they're teleported away like all the others. And I love how each person lands in the warehouse realm like they're the fucking Terminator or like Iron Man landing from the sky.
Right? Like all of them.
They're all like on the knees with their hand down like that superhero Terminator pose.
That superhero pose. And then they each stand up one at a time.
It's like the fucking like the Terminator, man. They're just not naked. So pretty much as soon as they land, Jamal says he has a plan, but they need to split up. Are you kidding me? Didn't just less than a minute ago say no matter what, we need to stick together. Now you're saying, hey, let's split up in this strange and creepy warehouse we just got magically teleported into.
And it's funny because the two girls are like, no. And he's like, no, really, we should split up. Like,
okay.
No. He goes, okay, how about this? We'll split up for just 5 minutes, then we'll get back together.
And nothing happens. We'll come right back.
Jamal walks off on their own, and Monique's like, fuck that, we're staying together.
Jamal just heads up. He's like, all right, I'm leaving. Leaving the two to do whatever. And the girl's fine. All right, we'll go off this way.
Yeah, but they're like, no, we're sticking together because Jamal's an idiot.
Yeah. So Jamal is in the room where Baby Boy first found Killjoy in the blanket. Killjoy pops up out of nowhere, and Jamal just starts throwing fists and swinging away. We see the girls in the room where T-Bone found the blunt, because we see the same iron fence cage. And they can hear the sound of Jamal fighting and Killjoy laughing. So they're like, oh no, Jamal. And so Jamal is getting tossed around like a rag doll. He gets up and he runs away at this point. And he runs into the girls back in that main room where everybody gets teleported
back
into.
to the same room.
Yeah. Now,
dude, really quick, when Killjoy's fighting Jamal, he puts a lampshade on his head and punches him. But there's no wisecrack. There's no joke.
Nope.
He just puts a lampshade on his head and throws him against a wall, which Jamal, I gotta say, is probably a hell of an athlete because he does this crazy flip into the wall, which is kind of neat looking. But with a lampshade on his head, but there's no pun, there's no joke, nothing like, I'm going to turn the lights out.
I can't imagine it would have been cut because it's just a short movie.
Right.
And they left all these other shitty
but
lines
what the
in.
fuck?
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Yeah, why am I saying lights out,
yeah,
something.
Something cheesy.
Yeah,
but nothing.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So now dead Lorenzo pops up along with dead Baby Boy and dead T-Bone. So the three dead guys attack the others and this big fight breaks out. During the fight, it just so happens that Jamal finds a katana sword.
He gets thrown into boxes. There's boxes everywhere.
Cardboard boxes.
Cardboard boxes everywhere.
Yeah.
He gets thrown. Sure.
Yeah.
He gets thrown into a pile of cardboard boxes, and a katana just spills out.
And he turns into like Michonne's katana just pops out. And on top of that, Monique finds a goddamn battle axe. Really? What in the hell was a battle axe doing in a warehouse? I mean, this is like a straight up Lord of the Rings medieval times battle axe.
It's like 4 or 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge.
Yes.
It's gigantic. At first I thought it was a shovel, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a fucking axe.
It's an axe.
It's a fucking, like, you shall not pass fucking battle axe, you know?
So suddenly then Jamal becomes a fucking ninja with this thing. He starts spinning around, he's spinning the sword all around, and he's, and then he just impales Lorenzo through the stomach.
He does like a sweet spin move, impaling Lorenzo.
Yeah, right through the stomach. And then dead Lorenzo screams and then explodes in green light.
He starts gyrating again.
Yeah, and he explodes in green light and then what looks like pixelated blocks.
Right,
like,
yeah.
What? I don't even understand the logic behind that effect. Like, why would they explode in, like, tiny little blocks? I don't get it. Like, it made sense in Adam Sandler with Pixels because they're 8-bit video games. They explode in blocks. I get it. I don't get this. Like, I don't know. It hurts my head. So Jada's fighting T-Bone for control of the battle axe, which again, saying battle axe in this movie is so insane and bonkers to me that
this kind of aggravates me too. They're fighting and they're struggling for about a full minute.
Yeah,
a full minute of struggling for this battle axe. T-Bone's pretty fucking ripped.
Yeah, big guy.
He's pretty jacked.
Yeah, he's showing. He's wearing.
He doesn't skip leg day.
No,
the guy.
Or arm day.
Yeah, the guy is in great shape, and I'm sure Jada's athletic, and she does a pretty sweet kick and stuff. But she's a small, like 120, 130, being generous.
I would say
woman.
110, 115.
So there's and it seems like it's a real struggle. If this was real, T-Bone would be like, "Give me that bitch."
Yeah, just make it out. Exact. I thought the exact same thing you did. So Jamal calls out to Baby Boy saying, "Hey, bone hands, it's Miller time."
Yeah,
what makes no sense to me. No sense. Maybe when he was talking to T-Bone, but what does Baby Boy and Bone Hands have to do with anything? What? And why Miller time? Nobody's name is Miller. They're not drinking Miller beer at all in this movie. This line is nonsense. It's nonsense.
So crazy. Maybe that's why Jamal is the whitest character in this movie. It's like, I can't think of anything fun to say or cool or witty. Miller time.
Miller time, what? Bone Hands. Like, what?
It's Miller time. It's Miller time.
Oh, damn it.
It's so crazy.
This fucking movie. So, anyway, Jada then she gets the axe and just cuts T-Bone's head clean off as Baby Boy throws Jamal across the room. They fight some more. Baby Boy slams Jamal up against the post. Jamal grabs Baby Boy's head in both hands, and it looks like he's gonna crush his skull like Jason style.
Or stick his fingers into his thumbs into his eyes.
Yeah, exactly. One or two. But Baby Boy then just immediately reels back in pain and then explodes into dust. This is awful on so many levels because it again makes zero sense. What did Jamal do to him?
I think it was supposed to be the eye poke. Because stuff kind of started squirting. There was an effect on his eyes, and then he burst into dust.
Maybe. He certainly doesn't crush the head, and it didn't. You can clearly see in the shot, Jamal's thumbs are above Baby Boy's eyes, they're up on his forehead, and he just backs off in pain. What happens? He just explodes in the dust, basically.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about T-Bone's severed, headless body.
Oh, yeah.
Walking around fucking doing the Frankenstein walk for a while as green stuff squirts out the top.
And you could tell they just put a green bag over his head for the green screen, just walk around. So after the fight, Killjoy comes out applauding them, and then he starts taunting them a bit. And I have to say this because this has been an ongoing throughout this whole movie. I guess it's really hard to take a horror movie seriously or even look at it as a horror movie when no one in the movie is even afraid of the villain in the slightest bit.
No, they're not. They're not. No one's ever scared.
The only one
guy.
that was ever afraid was the black girl, the booty call girl
who screamed and lived.
Yeah. Now I don't know if this is again because it's a black movie and they're trying to make every character to be hard and they're ghetto, they're gangster. So it's weak to show fear. So you can never be afraid. Everybody's got to be hard and tough because fear's for bitches. But even the girls don't even seem afraid of Killjoy. Nope. They're like, all right, whatever, let's get it on. And
yeah.
And like I said, the only character was the random booty babe that was afraid. Nobody else is afraid of him. And so it really, really
doesn't make this a scary movie.
No, it's not. There's no tension, there's no suspense, there's no tension, there's no fear of anybody.
They really have little regard for their own life too, because they're just like, all right, let's do this, let's go fight.
Well, I guess when you're growing up in the ghetto, lucky to live to 21 or whatever, every day is
I'm just
struggle.
trying to get through today.
I'm just trying to get through the day. Yeah. So Jamal, Monique, and Jada, they just sit there and exchange insults with Killjoy. They just sit there and throw your mama jokes back and forth.
Throwing shade at Killjoy.
Throwing shade. So Killjoy finally pulls out a knife and says, let's get it on. Again, showing no fear, Jamal just hops up and attacks Killjoy. Now the guy has a knife, and he's blind, all right, charges into him. Monique joins in, and the two of them fight Killjoy while Jada stands back and watches. During the fight, Killjoy drops the knife, which lands right in front of Jada. Killjoy fends off Jamal and Monique. He then turns his attention to Jada. She finally stands up, holding the knife behind her back. I mean, clearly holding that knife, right?
Like a kid who snuck a cookie from the cookie jar.
Exactly. I mean, Killjoy's, any idiot would say, oh, gee, I wonder if she has a knife behind her back.
Just like in Microwave Massacre when Jackie Vernon was hiding
the
head
behind
the back.
Yeah. So Killjoy's like, hey, why don't we kiss a little bit? And she's like, okay, but only if he promises to leave her world and never come back. So Killjoy's like, all right, I promise. So they kiss. She kisses Killjoy, and after they kiss, he starts twitching around like he's coming in his clown suit. Like he's going, ooh.
Dude, I wish to God I filmed that. You looked bonkers.
So, of course, he breaks his promise, saying that she made a deal with the devil. Killjoy then backs up and just shatters into 8-bit pixelated looking pieces.
Yeah.
And the pieces fall away, and we see Michael standing there. What? This movie makes zero sense. It's nonsense. So Michael now begins monologuing, telling her his sob story, and that all he ever wanted was to have friends, and that I loved you, and blah, blah, blah. Just big sob story.
I was always the guy who got beat on and kicked on and spit on.
And then he like, Jada, will you be my girlfriend? After all this, after everything I've just done, will you be my girlfriend? Because, come on, guys, we all know the way to a girl's heart is to basically go on a killing spree.
To summon a spirit to kill everybody.
Kill her clown, kill everybody, and then basically kidnap her into another dimension.
Solid plan.
Yeah. Gotta try that one. Put that in the playbook.
Yeah.
So Jada says, yeah, I'll be your girlfriend, Michael. So Jada and Michael hug, and then she just starts brutally and viciously just stabbing him repeatedly.
Stab him right
just, oh God, it's
like
savage.
on par with Rick Grimes stabbing Shane in the field.
Yeah.
You know, just right up in the chest.
It's savage. And then Michael drops to his knees. Jada backs up, drops a knife, and says, "When hell freezes over." Wah wah wah. So Michael now he fades away into nothingness. He just disappears. Jada helps Jamal and Monique back up, and the three of them exit the warehouse to find the ice cream truck.
Okay. Fuck. Okay. They're like, we did it. All right. Let's get out of here. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay. They just got teleported to this magical warehouse and
Yeah.
everything. So did Baby Boy and T-Bone. So did Lorenzo.
Mm-hmm.
They all got teleported there. And of course, their first reaction, naturally, is to go explore and try and find the killer. Fuck that, man. Everyone's first reaction would be like, how the fuck do I get out of here?
Yeah.
Right? And my
first is how did I get here? Next we're like,
right,
all right, we gotta get out of here.
My suspension of disbelief was maybe there's no exit. Maybe there's nothing there, you know. But they just walk right out. They find the door. They're like later.
Giant loading bay doors. They just walk right out.
Just without a inkling of problem.
Right. I had thought the same thing. I'm glad you said that. So yeah, they're laughing at me. How it's finally over. Blah blah blah. And then from behind them comes Killjoy's voice saying, "It's never over." And they turn.
It's actually pretty accurate.
And they
It's never over.
And they see Killjoy and the dead versions of Lorenzo, T-Bone, and Baby Boy. They're back again. What? Like, how many times are they fucking coming back?
So, this is the best. They're all standing and loading out, and three of them are like, oh no. Dude, their reactions are shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the acting is so bad. And I thought at the beginning of the movie the acting was bad. It can't get any worse, can it? Nope. I was fucking wrong. This is the worst acting. Then, like a voice from the heavens, comes the voice of the homeless old man.
Okay, first of all,
God.
I just want, this is where Killjoy says he can't be killed in his world. So he does say that this is his, so we do acknowledge the fact that this is his world. So he is indeed the black cousin of Freddy Krueger. To keep tied with the cousin thing we've got going on.
Okay, cuz.
Now, now comes out the voice of God to tell Jay that she must get the
homeless
doll.
man. He goes, the doll. You forgot the doll.
Like, yeah, it's not God, it's the homeless man.
Dude, there's no wise words or anything. He's like, "Hey, stupid, you forgot the doll."
And again, the scene is just fucking ridiculous in every sense of the word imaginable.
So they kick off running.
Yeah, they start running down the street.
Killjoy and his zombie
undead minions, I guess?
they're chasing him. It's like a chase scene.
It's a chase scene. And it turns out that they were running to the ice cream truck that has somehow went from being right in front of them as they walk out the warehouse to suddenly being like 2 blocks away. The 3 of them make it to the back of the truck and leap in, close the doors behind him just as Killjoy and his minions are about to grab him.
Dude, and the minions are going,
Yeah.
It's like they become like...
They're like 1940s zombies.
Stock zombies. Just like banging on the... They were talking before. They were throwing out one-liners. They were, they were talking. Now they're... Well, like, literally, that's the sound they're making.
No, it's like Frankenstein. Fire, burn.
Damn.
So Jamal, Jade, and Monique now, they're teleporting into Michael's room.
Sure.
And then right in the center of the ring of candles, which are still lit. It's been a year. These candles haven't melted down at all. They're still in. This house should be burnt to the ground. And
Magic candles? I don't know, man.
And in front of them is, in front of Jada is the Killjoy doll.
With a knife next to it.
With the knife next to it. She raises the knife and is about to stab the doll when it morphs into Michael. The camera zooms out to show Jada is now straddling him like cowgirl style. And Michael's begging for her not to kill him because he loves her so much and that he did all this for her and that he's so sorry. Give me another chance. She's like, fuck that. Stabs Michael in the chest. He morphs.
This is the 3rd time Michael's died.
Yeah, 3 times.
That poor fuck.
He morphs back into the doll. Nothing seemingly happens until the whole world begins to shake like a giant earthquake. We cut to Lorenzo and his boys shaking like retards.
Just
like,
standing on the loading dock.
Just shaking.
Going
on for the warehouse.
Ever.
Yeah.
They shake for
way too long.
Holy God.
Oh, they're trying to act like there's an earthquake or something, but you can tell.
Or there's something possessing them, or they're falling, or something.
They're just standing there twitching. And it's just like, it feels like it's probably like
30 seconds.
45 seconds, but it feels like 5 minutes of movie time.
Oh my, I feel bad for the actors.
Yeah, I was like,
all right, shake.
When are you gonna say
keep
cut?
Shaking. Keep.
Yeah, you don't need to keep them shaking that long.
Keep shaking.
So back in the Ring of Candles, Jamal tells them not to move, that they can't break the plane of the candle circle, which again, how in the blue hell would he know that? When did Jamal become an expert on black magic, and did I miss this somewhere along the way? How does he know that?
I'm
waiting for an answer, Aaron.
Can't break the circle. Yeah, because I'm watching, like, what? What? Okay. Everything starts to calm down. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
So the guy's twitching. They cut back to the guys twitching, who all seem to be kind of sucked blue special effects.
It's green. They get zapped with green lightning.
Yeah. And you hear
green lightning. And I swear, I don't know what it is with crappy horror movies and green lightning, because this is like the 4th movie we've done that has green lightning in it.
It's sexy.
So anyway, after green lightning, they're sucked up in like this swirling vortex, and it just disappears after sucking them up. They're gone.
So then everything calms down, right?
Yeah.
Everything settles down, and then Monique says,
now she becomes the black magic expert.
Monique, and she even goes, we got to make an inner circle.
Yeah. Yes.
What? She even says, I'm making this shit up too, guys.
I'm totally making this up.
Why don't we all get over in a circle and hold hands?
Let's see what happens.
Let's do this. And everyone's like, yeah, it's a good idea. Okay.
Now, apparently, so we have Jamal and Michael and Monique, who are all black magic experts. Now, I had never realized how prevalent black magic was in the ghetto. I just guess it's their thing now. I don't know. The 3 of them sit there holding hands. They close their eyes.
So it's like black stereotypes. It's like they're all great athletes. They can't swim, and they all know black magic.
They all know black magic.
So, God.
So we cut to like this giant astral projection of Killjoy floating above Michael, who is on his knees outside the demon warehouse or whatever it's called.
Still around.
And Killjoy tells him that it's game over. So Michael says it wasn't his fault. Give him another chance. Killjoy responded by saying, "You were down to your last strike and you just struck out." And then he says, "Dinner time!" And Michael explodes into, you guessed it, more small pixelated cubes that turn to green smoke and evaporate.
So he just died again.
4 times! He's died 4 times in this movie! And what's with dinner time? That's just as bad as Miller time! Why is he saying dinner? He's doing all these sports analogies, like sports references and all this. And now it's dinner time? He doesn't even eat, Michael. He just explodes into pixelated cubes.
Oh, God.
Dark meat, it's what's for dinner. I don't know.
That would have been funnier.
Yeah. So we go back to...
I feel like chicken tonight. Something. I don't know. God damn it.
So we go back to Jada, Monique, and Jamal, and the three of them... And this is what's even fucking crazy. The three of them now, they fade away into nothing, and then they're teleported back to Jada's house, I think it's her house, where they find the homeless guy just standing in the living room, like waiting for them,
like nodding, like you guys know it.
They look at each other. He gives them a smile as he begins to turn the smoke. He turns the smoke and fades away.
He does like this like
Namaste,
like
martial
Y
art,
kind of thing, you know. It's like he just kind of like puts his hands together, like, you know, like a bowing kind of kung fu, kind of bows a little bit. They're all like smiling, hugging, like, "Oh, we did it! Thanks, Mr. Homeless Man." And then he just fades away, just turns into like smoke and dust.
What is happening? Why are they fading away from? I want to scream and rip my head off, just rip my hair off, and just. This movie is so infuriating. And then, after it's all done, just like nothing happened, Jamal's like, "I'm hungry.
Let's get something to eat.
Let's go get something to eat." So, now we cut to the three of them. I don't know how much time has passed now, but more time's passed. I thought it was the same fucking night when I first saw this. They're in the three of them are in a club. They're in some nightclub. Like I said, I thought this was a continuation to see that. I'm like,
For a minute, I thought so too. I was like,
"I'm hungry. Let's go to the club."
Do they have food there?
Yeah, apparently several days have passed, but it could be more. I don't know. I don't
because they talked about having nightmares.
Yeah.
And...
Jada mentioned she's had another nightmare last night, and Jamal tells her to go see a shrink. So they're joined by another guy and a girl couple.
A couple comes up.
Yeah, and then the new guy knows Jada from English class, so I guess they're high school classmates or something. They talk about the club's cover charge or making small talk. New guy says that his brother owns the club, so they got him for free. Jada asks him what's his brother's name. The guy just starts laughing and says Killjoy. Now, the camera then cuts to Jada and right back to the couple who are gone and have been replaced by dead Lorenzo and a laughing Killjoy. Now, once again, we cut to Jada waking up, screaming in bed next to Jamal. He calms her down by going down on her under the covers.
He's just screaming, "Baby, I got you. Baby, I got you." All right. And he like starts getting back in the covers, and I'm like, okay, he's going to go back to bed. And he starts going down, and she goes, "Well, what are you doing?" He goes,
like, "I'm horny."
And then he just goes, "I'm horny." You know, like with such whiteness in his voice. "I'm horny. Come on, Jada. I want to get down on that pussy. Yeah, horny." It was like the most goddamn unsexy thing a smooth brother has ever said. "I'm horny." Horny.
So he goes down on her, starting her out, and then suddenly, like we see the head like coming back up towards her, and then Killjoy's head pops out from underneath the covers
Didn't see that
and
coming.
says, "That's some good pussy." Roll credits. Before we move on, I do want to comment on, again, I don't know if you noticed this, but I did. This movie had, besides all of its other flaws and its awfulness, the music, very weird music choices for this movie. Like it's not that the music itself is strange, it's just the genre they chose to use is a strange choice for a horror movie. Because most of the music is like soft R&B, like Quiet Storm type stuff.
Yeah, it's like smooth R&B
stuff.
It's
like it doesn't fit a horror movie. Like even like the end credits, you have this big, you end with like the big scare, like Killjoy's back.
And all of a sudden it's like smooth jazz.
It's not scary music.
Yeah, it's like Quiet Storm kind of shit.
Like Kenny G should be playing a sweet like.
Well, I was thinking like maybe some R. Kelly comes like, "I'm fucking you tonight." That is an actual R. Kelly song.
Okay. I want to pee on you. I'm trying to think
We're going back to Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I was thinking of Dave Chappelle one. So yeah, we roll the credits. And that's it. There's nothing about the credits that need to work about. So that's fucking Killjoy. It is god awful in so many ways. But let's go into favorite kills.
There can be only one. Favorite kill.
Now there are barely anything to choose from, except Michael dies 4 times if you want to count
So
those.
you got 4 to choose from there.
So what are you gonna go with this week?
I'm kind of torn. There's 2 of them. The Lorenzo death where he gets spit bullets at him.
Yes, yeah.
I kind of like it just in the humor factor. Because it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like T-Dog burning up for the time.
Not bad.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it was not bad.
It wasn't horrible.
It's bad, but yeah.
It
compared to
wasn't
everything
horrible.
else, no.
But the laugh factor on the Lorenzo spit scene is great. But then the violence factor of the stabbing of Michael when Jada stabs him is like, damn.
Definitely the most violent
Damn,
of the
bitch.
movie.
Cold. So I'm kind of torn. Can I have a twofer? If I got to pick one, I can pick one.
Pick one.
All right, I'm going to go with Jada stabbing Michael.
J7 Michael.
Jada stabbing Michael.
All right. I was in the same boat you are. J7 Michael is definitely the most violent and brutal one, but you didn't really get to see a whole lot of it. But I'm going with the exact same reason you said. I'm going with Lorenzo's stupid ass Tommy gun mouth because it's so stupid and bad.
But it's still kind of unique in a way. It's like, the clown's kind of spirit. Like, obviously you can't kill him. You kind of know he's a supernatural kind of being. He spits the bullets, so it's like, okay. So at least it kind of gives a little bit of, interest to Killjoy.
Yeah, I mean, it plays like a clown-esque, type thing. So, yeah, I get it, but yeah, it's so bad. But at the same time,
bad.
I'm going with that one. All right, let's move on to odds and ends.
Not only did they watch these films, they researched them too. Ugh, what is wrong with these guys?
All right, ratings. IMDb, 2.5 out of 10. 2.5 out of 10.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes, no thermometer score, no surprise there, but a 25% audience score. And then Amazon
3.5?
3 out of 5.
Jesus.
Plot keywords, there were several. I just wrote down, there were nothing real fancy, just black magic, full moon, slasher flick, katana sword, impalement, decapitation, surprise ending. Nothing real fancy there.
Yeah.
So trivia, I got 3 pieces of trivia here. Well, one we already talked about, so we're basically down to 2.
What was the one?
It was just I was gonna mention again the gun that shot 21 bullets.
Oh yeah,
6, yeah. But so eliminating that, Angel Vargas, who plays Killjoy, it was actually slated to reprise his role in Killjoy 2, Deliverance from Evil, but declined in favor of other projects. And then Trent Haaga, Haaga, was cast in the second movie instead and reprised the role in all the other sequels. Killjoy 3, Killjoy Goes to Hell, and Killjoy Psycho Circus. They made 5 of these fuckers.
5 Killjoy movies.
5.
And I've never heard about these movies until I started doing this podcast.
Yeah. So, and moving on, the writer Carl Washington makes a cameo appearance at the end of the movie as Ray. He's the classmate in the club at the very end. So that's the guy who wrote the movie. Shame on you.
Shame.
We're walking. You're walking through the streets naked while we're reading Bill.
We're gonna throw cabbage and tomatoes at you, and
shame. So that's all I got for trivia this week. Like I said, not much to go on, but we do get to go into this week's budget game.
Holy shit!
It's now time to play everyone's favorite game. Guess the budget.
That's right.
Fucking hell.
We got a budget game this week. So, Aaron, what do you think is the budget for the 2000 release of Killjoy?
$15,000.
Woo! Well, you lost. You came in way under.
Way under?
Well, yeah. For you needed to add a zero. $150,000 for this movie.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
No.
I keep saying yep. Yep.
Man, I'm bad at this game.
I was shocked too, man. I really was.
$8,000.
Yeah. Guess that ice cream truck wasn't
Okay, in retrospect now, I think I see where my mistakes were made. The special effects, while dog shit, were probably a little bit more expensive considering computer graphics were still kind of getting off the ground in early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. So while they weren't good, they were probably still cost a little bit of money. Number two, at the end of the day, the sound quality and the film quality was pretty good.
Yeah, I will say that the film, it's not like grainy. For 2000, you look at time, it was done in pretty decent.
So it
film
was probably
or
done
digital.
on very good equipment. And now when I think about it again, the credits were fucking 5 minutes long.
The credits were probably the best part of the movie. Like the opening credits, like the graphics they used, is probably the best part of the movie.
And the just the end credits. The end credits was like 3 or 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
So a shit ton of people worked on this project. A ton of people worked on it, and it was a horrible movie.
Well, it could have been like Spirit Camp. It could have been the same people over and over and over.
I kind of skimmed through it. I mean, there was a lot. There were people who did several different jobs, but there's still a lot of bodies on the set. So you got to feed them, you got to pay them, you got to And the lighting wasn't bad either. You know, like there's little things that aren't.
The
bad
worst
about
was the apartment. Stuff in the apartment, the hallway was so dark. But other than that, it doesn't matter.
It wasn't poorly, like, as far as I guess, how do I say this? As far as it was shot, the editing, all that stuff, it wasn't bad. I'm not saying it was good, but it wasn't bad. And lots of times you see that in the movies we watch.
Right. Yeah, nice little breakdown there.
God. $150,000.
$150,000. All right, let's move on to
You could have just gave that money to the community and done much better work.
That would be great. Yeah. All right. Like I said, 5-star reviews coming up.
These special movies have a place in these special people's hearts. 5-star reviews.
What?
Yeah. There's 5-star reviews. From Bill Hayes. Good horror B flick. If you're a fan of scary B movies, then I highly recommend this one. 5 stars.
That's been paid.
You probably worked on the movie.
You got a little taste of that $150,000.
From Claybo. Killjoy has to be one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. The actors were extremely ghetto as well as the killer clown. I would have to say the best part was when the clown sold the gangsters some weed from his clownmobile. 5 stars. What? What? That was it. That was now.
See, I imagine that guy going, now I gotta go to work, and like walking into one of those like 25-cent car rides that are at the grocery store and be like, brum brum, I'm gonna be businessman today, you know, like.
All right, now 45% of all the reviews on Amazon were 1-star reviews, but nobody wrote a thing about. They just clicked 1 star, didn't even bother to write anything.
Why waste time?
Exactly, which is funny you say that because there was a 2-star review by W. Woolard, who did write no comment. That was his review. Why even write that at all? If you're gonna write a review that says no comment, why leave the comment?
It's a really strange one.
It's really strange. All right, so that does it for us this week. Final thoughts, final reflections on Killjoy, the masterpiece that is Killjoy.
So bad it's scary. I think it's pretty obvious. This movie just missed it on all marks. It was poorly done. I gave the compliment as far as the shot, the lighting, and because that wasn't horrible. I'm not saying it was groundbreaking. It was just done well, or just to standard. But the writing was awful. The acting was worse. There's no build up. The villain. There's no you nailed it on the head when you said there's no tension. There's no fear. Why are we scared of this guy? It just was shit.
Yeah. Right there with you. Same. It's fucking awful. It's so bad and nonsensical and nothing. There's so many holes and just things left out.
The acting was just atrocious.
Yeah, like I was stunned. Like when I looked, like the 2 people I talked about, like in the opening, like I was stunned. Like really, they worked on that many things, and this is what they did in this movie. Like I know the script sucks, but still, like.
Well, the girl,
even John Hamm could polish a turd and make it, like if it's a bad script, John Hamm's gonna take in, at least do something with it.
Well, the booty girl, or I don't remember her name,
like Napira or something like that,
Neapolitan or whatever. Yeah. So
she was like 66 episodes of a soap
opera.
opera.
Her acting wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't
bad.
But
she didn't have anything to work with.
Yeah, and she had the smallest. She wasn't like one of the
why
better,
wasn't she Jada
or Monique or something? Yeah, she should have been better. And then Michael Kareem Grimes has like 60 some credits. He's working on other movies with big name actors, like, and TV's like, this is what you do. It's like, what is happening?
Hey, man's got to eat.
I guess. Yeah. Anyway, it's fucking awful. Don't waste your time with this.
Do not. I mean, not even as a goof.
Yeah, it's not worth it as a goof. Yeah, we already covered. Follow our social media stuff. We already covered that. So in the meantime, we'll be back next week with another horror movie. So
ooh, it's Valentine's Day next week.
It is Valentine's Day next week.
So get your boo, snuggle up, and
your bae.
We'll come up with some good old spooky movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to track down a nice bad Valentine horror movie.
It's tough to do.
That's not Bloody Valentine because everybody knows that one. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, we're out. Watch more horror movies, and remember, keep it tight, y'all.
Bye.